This is the Jasion Roamer Saint electric bike sitting right in front of me, and honestly, it already catches the eye with its clean, city-friendly look. It has a classic step-through frame, finished in a really cool white and green, which I personally think makes it stand out without being flashy. At first glance, it just looks like a perfectly normal commuter bike, but I could tell right away there's way more going on here than meets the eye. From my experience, one thing that genuinely surprised me about this bike is just how much it still feels like riding a regular bicycle. I've checked out a lot of e-bikes lately, and sometimes they're super bulky, or their design just screams motorcycle wannabe. The Roamer Estet, on the other hand, has that good old bicycle silhouette. The step-through design means you don't have to be an athlete or have crazy flexibility to hop on, which matters whether you're commuting in the city or making a grocery stop. At first, I had a little hesitation because with e-bikes, I'm always concerned about weight and comfort. Heavier e-bikes I've tried before sometimes feel awkward or clunky when moving them around, especially if you need to get upstairs or into an apartment. The Jasion Roamer Saint is definitely on the heavier side, which is pretty normal for e-bikes, but worth mentioning if you're smaller like me. But once you're on the move, that weight translates into a super sturdy and stable ride. I actually ended up appreciating how solid it felt, especially when cruising at higher speeds or carrying extra stuff. Key features that stand out to me start with the motor. This bike has a 1200 watt peak brushless motor, and honestly, that's quite the jump compared to other commuter e-bikes around this price. That means the bike can hit a top speed of 28 miles per hour, which is a pretty big deal for getting around the city fast and efficiently. I tried it on both flat streets and some decent hills, and I always felt like there was more than enough power. Even at full speed, the bike felt steady and under control, not wobbly at all. With 62 miles max range on a single charge, this is one feature that makes the Roamer Saint stand out even more. I have a pretty typical usage pattern: some errands, gym visits, the occasional coffee run, plus commuting to a shared office. I found that I could go a couple of days without even worrying about recharging, which takes a real load off my mind. Just for reference, the battery is a 528 watt removable battery, so when I do want to recharge, I can just pop it out and plug it into a standard outlet right in my apartment. This is a total lifesaver if you live somewhere that doesn't have easy access to charging outdoors. The removable design is something I'm starting to think every e-bike should have. One of the immediate things I noticed about the ride comfort is the front suspension fork. For anyone new to e-bikes or just bikes in general, a suspension fork is like a shock absorber for your front wheel. It helps eat up bumps, cracks, and any surprise potholes. Through the city, those little daily annoyances like uneven sidewalks or bumpy park paths don't matter as much. My hands, back, and behind all said thank you after a longer trip, and if you're nervous about riding on less than perfect roads, this helps a ton. I also love that the seat is really wide and cushioned with a lot of adjustability. I'm about 5'1", and a friend of mine who's 6'3" tried it out too. Both of us found it comfortable after adjusting the seat and handlebars. So I'd recommend this for a wide range of people, whether you're tall or short, and you won't feel squeezed or stretched. Plus, the bike supports up to 300 pounds, which is great for hauling groceries, a heavy backpack, or just feeling confident as a bigger rider. The safety features are one of the things I really want to mention because not every e-bike gets this right. The Roamer Saint has big, bright headlights and taillights, and honestly, that makes all the difference if you commute early in the morning or after work. Both lights are actually a lot brighter than I expected. There are also turn signals which are super helpful in city traffic. I can just flip a switch on the handlebar and let cars and other cyclists know exactly where I'm going. The bike also comes with reflectors on the wheels, boosting visibility even more. If you're someone who rides at night or low light, you'll appreciate the confidence these give. There's a digital LCD display panel right on the handlebars. This is basically your command center for the bike, showing you your current speed, remaining battery life, which pedal assist mode you're in, and mileage. It's really easy to read, even when the sun's out and shining right at the display. With pedal assist, you get 5 levels to choose from, so you can decide exactly how much support you want from the motor. Pedal assist means you start pedaling and the electric motor kicks in to help you, making climbs and long rides easier. I usually start out with low pedal assist, especially if I want more exercise or a traditional biking feel, but it's good knowing I can crank it up if I get tired or hit a hill. Other key features I should mention: the 7-speed Shimano gear shifter. This lets you choose how hard or easy pedaling is, And while it isn't as broad a range as some mountain bikes, it's more than enough for city riding and light hills. The disc brakes, both front and rear, are really responsive, even if the roads are wet or a sudden stop is needed. I felt totally safe using them for quick stops. From my experience, assembly is pretty straightforward. The bike comes mostly pre-assembled, about 95% done, which is more than I expected. I did have to install the front wheel, pedals, and some minor adjustments, but I managed it with basic tools and without any prior advanced bike skills. I'd say if you've never put together a bike, you might want to set aside some extra time or maybe get a friend to help. But it's not hard compared to some bikes I've tried. If you're worried about build quality, from the frame to the components, everything feels durable and well made. The frame is carbon steel, which keeps it sturdy but not overly heavy for its class. All the wiring and battery housing look tight and clean. No rattles and nothing feels cheap. Now, to keep it totally honest, the weight can be a bit much if you ever need to carry this up a flight of stairs or load it into a car. It's a common thing with most e-bikes that have a large battery and powerful motor. Also, while the 7-speed shifter is great for normal rides, if you're hoping to do a lot of off-roading or intense hill climbing, you might hit its limits. For daily city use, though, it's perfect. From my experience, I'd recommend this for pretty much anyone looking for a reliable sidekick for work commutes, city errands, or just zipping around town on the weekends. The fact that you can get up to 62 miles per charge and hit speeds that keep up with city traffic means you won't have to worry about running late or arriving sweaty to work. The comfort, safety features, and easy-to-read display all combine for an experience that's smooth, even for someone new to e-bikes. In conclusion, the Jasion Roamer Sane electric bike is a solid, thoughtfully designed city e-bike that blends old-school comfort and familiar looks with modern electric power and tech. I came into this quick review with some doubts about weight and whether the battery would actually last as long as promised, but after riding, I'm genuinely impressed by the range, comfortable design, and simple usability. I can see this bike being an awesome fit for commuters, students, or anyone wanting an easy way to get around town. If you want a reliable partner for daily practical adventures, this is definitely worth checking out. I will post full information about the Jasion Roamer Sane electric bike in the comments section. See you in the following videos.